Do you ever wonder if the people in your life are truly there for you or just taking advantage of your kindness? It's like being at a crossroads, unsure which path leads to genuine connections. Well, you're not alone in feeling this way. Even though everyone's experience is different, we all go through the challenge of figuring out who genuinely cares about us and who is just pretending. As Marcus Aurelius once said, it's important to understand the true nature of the people we surround ourselves with. In this video, we'll explore 7 subtle signs that someone might be using you. These signs are not just random tips. They're insights crafted from understanding human behavior and emotions, from recognizing one-sided conversations to noticing when your generosity is being exploited. These pointers will help you see beyond the surface. But why does this matter? Because you deserve relationships that lift you up and bring out the best in you. It's not just about avoiding people who use you. It's about attracting and nurturing bonds that are genuinely fulfilling. This journey is about your personal growth and well-being. Number 1. Broken promises. Have you ever noticed how some people in your life are great at talking, but not so great at taking action? They're like skilled storytellers, spinning tales and making promises effortlessly. But when it's time to follow through, they disappear, leaving behind a trail of broken promises. This is what I call the illusion of investment, a clever trick where people use fancy words to distract you from their lack of real commitment. In these situations, it's important to pay attention to actions, not just words. Actions speak louder than words and show someone's true intentions and commitment. When promises are made freely but rarely kept, it's a sign to take notice. Does this person consistently fail to deliver when it matters most? If so, it's time to question their sincerity. Imagine building a house with someone who has beautiful blueprints but never shows up to work on the construction. Trust cannot be built on words alone. It's not about being negative, it's about being smart. Trust and relationships rely on a balance of words and actions. When someone's actions consistently don't match their words, it's a warning sign. They may care more about appearing supportive than actually being supportive. Recognizing this empowers you to choose who you let into your inner circle wisely. Your time and emotions are valuable. Save them for those who not only talk, but also act sincerely and with integrity. Number 2. Emotional manipulation. Think about the wise words of Marcus Aurelius, a leader in Stoic philosophy. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This deep understanding is like your shield in the quiet battle against emotional manipulation. Picture yourself in a relationship, friendship, or workplace where your confidence starts to fade, not because of something you've done, but because someone else is secretly trying to control your feelings. This person, disguised as a friend or ally, subtly undermines your self-esteem. They mix compliments with criticisms, making you rely on their approval. This isn't just a breach of trust, it's a sneaky attack on your independence. In Stoic thinking, it's crucial to resist this by being self-aware and asserting your own sovereignty. Trust your gut. If interactions leave you feeling drained rather than uplifted, take notice. Being aware is the first step to empowerment. Setting boundaries isn't just about drawing lines, it's about fortifying your mental strength. Stand up for your beliefs, question inconsistencies, and surround yourself with those who support your growth. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that our minds are our territory to rule. By protecting it, we honor ourselves and uphold the Stoic value of self-control in the face of manipulation. Remember, your peace of mind is precious. Number 3. Lack of reciprocity. Picture yourself in a relationship where you're the one always giving. Your time, care, and even your Netflix password. Meanwhile, the other person seems to just take without ever giving back. This is a classic sign of a lack of reciprocity, a big warning sign waving in the midst of your interactions. Stoicism teaches us about the importance of balance and mutual respect in relationships. If you're constantly the one sending good morning texts, planning dates, or listening to their problems without getting the same attention in return, it's time to pause and think, is this relationship truly a two-way street, or does it feel more like a lonely one-way lane? To address this imbalance, start by looking within. Stoicism isn't about changing others, it's about understanding and adjusting our own responses. Ask yourself, am I allowing this imbalance by not communicating my needs? It's not about keeping score, but ensuring a healthy give and take. Speak up, express your feelings and needs. If the other person values the relationship, they'll make an effort to balance things out. If not, it might be a sign to reassess the relationship. Remember, as a modern-day Stoic sage, your peace and well-being come first. In a healthy relationship, both parties should feel valued and heard, not just one. Number 4. Betrayal. In the world of relationships, betrayal is like a quiet storm brewing beneath the surface, often unnoticed until it hits unexpectedly, like a sneaky vine that wraps around the pillars of trust, slowly suffocating them. So, how do you recognize this hidden threat? Awareness is your first defense. Pay attention to how much you give versus how much you receive in your interactions. If you always find yourself giving while the other person always takes, it's like being in an emotional tug-of-war where you end up feeling drained and unsatisfied. Now let's talk solutions. It's not just about spotting the problem, it's about taking action. Stoicism teaches us about the power of how we perceive and react to situations. You have control over your responses. If you sense betrayal in your relationships, address it calmly like a seasoned Stoic. Have an open conversation, but also set clear boundaries. It's not about blaming, it's about understanding the dynamics and deciding what's best for you. Will you try to mend things or move on? The choice is yours, but choose wisely. Remember, your emotional well-being comes first, and you have the strength to choose a path that respects your values and self-worth. Number 5. Selective availability. A subtle yet strong form of manipulation often hides behind the excuse of a busy life. Selective availability. Imagine you're always there for someone, ready to help whenever they need you. Your presence is consistent, like a lighthouse guiding them in the dark. But when you need them, it's like catching sight of a shooting star, rare and on their terms. It's not just about conflicting schedules, it's a deliberate choice. They keep you at arm's length, controlling the flow of the relationship. You feel like you're dancing to their tune with them setting all the steps. Your messages linger unanswered, and when they do reach out, it's often to serve their own agenda, treating you like a convenience rather than a valued partner. This imbalance eats away at your self-esteem, planting seeds of doubt. Are you truly appreciated? Do your efforts matter? This is where Stoicism comes in, offering a way to reassess and reclaim your power. Stoicism teaches you to see situations clearly, stripping away emotional confusion. It's about recognizing your worth regardless of others' recognition. Think about the dynamics of the relationship, not with bitterness, but with clarity. It's not about building walls, but setting boundaries. Understand that mutual respect and effort are essential for a healthy relationship. In this journey of self-discovery, remember, you're the one sculpting your self-worth, not just a character in someone else's story. Number 6, making you feel guilty. When it comes to being taken advantage of, guilt is the favorite tool of master manipulators. It's a sneaky trick that makes you feel like you owe someone something. They might say things like, "After all I've done for you," or "I thought you cared about me," turning every favor into a debt you never asked for. This tactic preys on your kindness, making you feel guilty for even considering saying no. But here's the truth. You don't owe anyone your time or energy just because they expect it. Putting your needs first isn't selfish, it's necessary. Learning to say no is important. It's about respecting yourself enough to set boundaries. Remember, your kindness isn't a currency to be spent on others' demands. Stoicism teaches us not to let others control our emotions. When someone tries to guilt trip you, they're attempting to take control of how you feel. Don't let them. Take a step back and ask yourself, Am I doing this because I want to or because I feel I have to? Stoics believe in acting according to reason, not pressure. It's about staying true to yourself. If something doesn't feel right, trust your instincts. You have the power to choose how you react, and sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is say no. It's not just about avoiding being taken advantage of, it's about living a life that's truly yours. Number 7. Lack of personal interest. If you often feel like you're playing tennis against a wall during conversations, you're likely stuck in a one-sided relationship. Your words seem to just fade into the background while the other person dominates the conversation. It's like pouring your thoughts and feelings into a hole, expecting a response but only hearing silence. This isn't just about being heard, it's about being acknowledged. A genuine conversation should be like a dance, where both people contribute and benefit. When you constantly feel sidelined in discussions, it's a clear warning sign. It's not just a matter of poor communication. It shows that you're being treated more like a sounding board than a valued partner in dialogue. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of mutual respect and empathy in relationships. If you're consistently ignored, it's important to question the value and health of that connection. Your voice deserves to be heard, not ignored. Addressing this imbalance isn't about raising your voice. It's about recognizing where your contributions are truly valued. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, including who we engage with. If your words fall on deaf ears, consider redirecting your conversation to those who genuinely listen. This isn't giving up, it's about investing your emotional energy wisely and respecting yourself. Seek out relationships where your thoughts and feelings are not only heard but cherished. Your experiences and emotions are significant parts of your story. Choose to share them where they're not just acknowledged but echoed back with genuine interest and intensity. A Stoic is someone who knows their value and insists on being treated with the respect they deserve. Your awareness and personal growth are important to us. If this video resonated with you, please consider liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications. Your engagement helps us create more content that aligns with your journey towards self-improvement and understanding relationships. Stay strong, stay aware, and keep striving for improvement.